In this video, we're going to solve a problem that involves the areas of rectangles where the dimensions have been given as polynomials. In this particular example, you're asked to find the area of the green grass when you're given the dimensions of the backyard and the sandbox that are contained within it. The first step to try and solve this problem is to figure out the areas of both the large entire backyard area as well as the area of the smaller sandbox. Then we'll find the difference between them. So let's start with the sandbox. And we're going to use multiplication in order to determine the area. So for our sandbox, the area of a rectangle equals the length times the width, which in this case we can represent that as 2w minus 1 and w. So 2w minus 1 is our first polynomial multiplied by w. Let's use our distributive property to figure this one out. So 2w multiplied by w is our first step. And to that, we're going to add negative 1 multiplied by w. Negative 1 times w. So when we simplify this, we're left with 2 times 1. So you don't see the coefficient of 1, but it's there. 2 times 1 is 2. W multiplied by w. Well, these are w exponent 1 for both of them. So 1 plus 1 is w squared. The sign from this product is going to be negative, because negative times positive is negative. And if we just have 1 multiplied by w, all that really leaves us with is w. So negative 1 times w just ends up being negative w, and this is the area for our sandbox. Well, now we need to know the area of the garden as well, because we're going to take the area of the sandbox away from that and be left with the grass. So for our garden, it's also a rectangle, so it's length times width. And in this case, it's 4w plus 2 times 3w. So 4w plus 2 times 3w. Once again, we use our distributive property for multiplication. So we rewrite this as 4w times 3w and plus 2 times 3w. 2 times 3w. Simplify, and we're left with 4 times 3 is 12. W times w is w squared. The sign is going to be positive here because I don't see any negatives. So 2 times 3 is 6, and nothing times w is just simply w. We're not adding or removing any exponents here. So we have our two different areas for the rectangles that were given. So let's combine these together now to figure out the area of the grass. We're going to use subtraction to do that. So here's our areas. We just calculated that on the previous slide. And the grass area, so for the grass, it's what you get when you take the garden and you subtract the sandbox. So what we have left then is the grass will equal 12w squared plus 6w minus 2w squared minus w. Remember, subtraction is the same as adding the opposite. If you need some reminder of that, go back and take a look at our subtracting polynomials video. Don't change your first polynomial, so we just write it as 12w squared plus 6w. Change subtraction to addition, and we switch the sign of each term in our second polynomial. So 2w squared becomes negative, negative w becomes positive. From this point, it's addition, and all we have to do is combine our like terms. And I'm going to lose the brackets and lose the addition sign, keep the signs of everything that's inside. So it's going to be minus 2w squared plus w. And if we combine 12w squared minus 2w squared, 10w squared. 6w combined with 1w is going to be positive 7w, and this is a simplified polynomial for the area of the grass.